We're going to call the meeting to order. The South Roxana Village Hall Board Meeting, August 5th, 2025, 7 p.m. Roll call.
Ward Wood.
Here.
Kara Bevelo.
Here.
Carrie Chester.
Here.
Anna Broadfoot. Here. Greg Adams.
Here.
Tammy Adams. Here. Mayor Callahan. Chief Bob Cole.
Here.
At this time, the board would like to recognize our audience. Understand this is not a time to ask questions for which an immediate answer is expected, since this is a business meeting of the board. Following this section, commentary from the public will not be entertained. This protocol is instituted to maintain order, focus, and the flow of our business meetings. Okay, so the first person I have signed up is Daryl Williams.
Well, my question is, I want to talk about fireworks. The guy across behind me, next street over, shot so many fireworks. I'm going back on the history. I went to the chief back then, 30 years ago or 40, about what was going on. I think fireworks should be stopped. Personal people shooting them firecrackers, rockets. I had found 5 rockets on my roof that year and 3 on my shed. If I'd been going, the house could have burnt down, because your gutters are full of leaves. You don't want no rockets landing on your roof. And I talked to an insurance guy. This is why I want to tell you now. I talked to an insurance guy and said, off the record, Daryl, we're not responsible for rockets or firecrackers, only storms and lightning. I want you to know that now. You think you're covered, you're not covered. Because one rocket goes up, he don't know where it's going to come down. A guy up on, well, I don't want to mention his name, but he's an ex-convict. He shot all kinds of rockets the other day, so big my house here is shook. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Then I'm sitting there thinking, what if my house burns down at my age? Where am I going to get the money to build another one? And insurance ain't going to pay off, I'm telling you. And they don't put that out. Think about California. There was over 100 houses never got no money because it wasn't a storm. Some idiot jumped a truck or a car out and lit it and caught the woods on fire. And they got money, them people, they can build back. But we don't have that kind of money in this town. And so it's something to think about. I'd like to see something stopped on that. Every time they shoot a rocket in the air, give them a ticket and make them pay dearly, they won't do it again. Or put it on the water bill, no fireworks. I appreciate you. I appreciate if Bob would get on their butt about it. You know what I'm talking about, Bob. Fireworks are going up all this town. And the next day they're shooting them loud. Boom, boom, boom. And your house is going, boom. I got a brick house that you can just vibrate it. So I appreciate anything you do.
All right, thank you. The next person I have on the list is Stephen Edinburger.
Yes, ma'am. Well, the question I was going to ask, what was going to be done about 210 Illinois Avenue. The day after I signed up, I saw Chief Cole and his backhoe over there tearing the gosh darn thing apart there. So, he didn't have to say a word there. He answered my question with action. So I really do appreciate that. And all I got to say is the sooner that I can look out my kitchen window and see nothing but flat grass and dirt there, the better. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you. Okay, and the third person that signed up is Mr. Mike Davies.
All right. I had another topic in store for tonight, but at the last minute I decided to change it and address the recent and ongoing situation with the ordinance for the special event permit. And I'd first like to address some of the inaccurate information that was put out on social media. First of all, it was stated that the application fee would be reimbursed and police presence was offered. Well, there was a verbal agreement to reimburse the $100 application fee, but I want to make it clear that there was never an offer, nor was it ever asked for police presence for the event. So That was in the absence of the ordinance pertaining to special events. Another inaccuracy that was stated was that there were many efforts of communication to resolve this issue. The fact is that there were two communications and one follow-up. The first one was myself reaching out to Chief Coles to extend an invitation for the village to participate in the Dad's Club event. The second communication was with trustee and recreation chairperson Tara Bevelo, where she was insistent on applying for the special event permit, and nothing short of that. Following last month's village meeting, where I was served with a citation for a violation of an ordinance on July 1st, the following day, I received a phone call from Mr. Coles where he stated that he had drafted an exception for the Dad's Club to be inserted into the special event ordinance, that he felt like it was fair to both sides. He told me that he wanted me to look it over and see what I thought. He asked me how I would like for it to be sent. I told him to give it to the village clerk and I'd pick it up at my convenience. There was no talk of dropping the charges that I was just served the previous evening. I presented the option to my board to retain an attorney, John Hanson, to represent me in this legal matter. It was approved overwhelmingly. After appearing on July 8th, the initial hearing, I returned to the village hall to pick up the proposed offer from Mr. Coles.
Mike, I apologize, but the 3 minutes.
That was the 3 minutes?
That was 3 minutes. I know it goes by fast.
Wow, damn.
How much you got there, Mike?
Oh, about another 30, 40 seconds, I guess.
Anybody opposed to hearing Mike out?
I'll just finish up real quick. But anyhow, after appearing, on July 8th of the initial hearing, I returned to the village hall to pick up the proposed offer for Mr. Coles had drafted for an exception for the Dad's Club, and I was told the offer had been withdrawn. I feel like if such an offer could have been afforded prior to the event, this whole thing could have possibly been avoided. You can put all the spin you want on this. You can push all the narratives in your favor, but you can't change facts or truths. I will not be compromised. I will not be complicit when I believe I am on the right side. It's not about winning or losing, but rather about right or wrong. And everyone in this village ought to be able to exercise their constitutional rights without fear or favor or fines or intimidation. Thank you for extending my 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mike. Okay. Next thing is to discuss and approve the minutes from the July 1st, 2025 board meeting. I'll need a motion in a second.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Fred.
I'll second it.
Thanks, Gary. Pardon, roll call vote?
Ward Wood,
Nate.
Chair Bevelo,
Yes, ma'am.
Gary Gensler,
Yes.
Anna Rockford,
Abstain.
Greg Allen,
Yes.
Amy Adams.
Yes. Next is to discuss and approve the bills from June 28th through July 31st, 2025. I'll need a motion in a second.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Fred. I'll second. Roll call vote.
Ward Wood,
Nay.
Tara Bevelow,
Yes, ma'am.
Terry Changer,
Yes.
Anna Broadfoot,
Yes.
Greg Adams,
Yes.
and Tammy Adams.
Next is to discuss and approve deposits from June 28th to July 31st, 2025. I'll need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion to approve deposits.
I'll second. Tammy, did you second that? Okay, thank you. Roll call vote?
Ward Wood, Tara Bevelow,
Yes, ma'am.
Terry Changer,
Yes.
Anna Broadfoot,
Yes.
Greg Adams.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, the next is special communications. We need to discuss and approve resolution 2515, authorizing the acquisition of real property, which is located at 101 Illinois from Madison County. Need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Roll call vote?
Ward Wood,
Nay.
Tara Bevelow,
Yes, ma'am.
Terry Changer,
Yes.
Greg Adams.
Yes.
Tammy Adams.
And the last is to discuss and approve resolution 2516, authorizing acceptance of refuse and recycling service contract for the village.
I'll make that motion.
I'll need a second.
I'll second.
Roll call vote?
Can I ask you a question for discussion?
Sure.
There were two other offers. This is the third offer. Is that right?
The third offer from them.
From Republic?
Yes, they did it 3 times.
Okay. Did we have any other people, like, did we put this out or?
We met with,
Wait, was it wasting motion?
I'm trying to remember the name.
Waste
What's the name, Rhonda, that
management.
Andy replacing all the female that owns like smaller
Denise Sparks.
Sparrows, yeah. They were, and we've been with Republic for 30+ years. They're the best by far as far as any comparison.
Okay. Roll call vote?
Ward Wood,
Nay.
Tara Bevelow,
Yes, ma'am.
Terry Changer,
Yes.
Anna Broadfoot,
No.
Greg Adams,
Yes.
Tammy Adams.
Administrative report?
Yeah, I've been to, so last week I spent all week, we had one guy on vacation, she spent all week on public works in that lovely 110-degree heat. Made it teaching about 4 culverts, stop signs, brush, we got a lot of hard work to do. That's about it for the administrative report.
Okay. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Unfinished business. Tammy, do you have anything that you'd like to?
You want to say about the?
I will when it comes around to me, unless you have.
Oh, no.
Hey, Greg?
Yeah, I'd just like to, I don't even know, my employer stopped me, and just to let the public know, whenever I badge out of the refinery, I do not get paid. So they're not billing the refinery for me to come here to sit on this board. Actually, my employer said, thank you for being part of the town and for the people. But whoever wanted to make the phone call to my employer and question them if I'm getting paid, if they're paying me to come here, getting double paid, I'm just letting you know, anytime I badge out of that gate, and the people that's worked there before knows, anytime you badge out of that gate, the pay stops.
So,
Sorry.
and somebody made a complaint about you.
Yes, to my employer that I drive a United Rentals truck and I dress in JJ White. They said, thank you for representing JJ White and being part of the community. So I'm just wanting to put that out there and set the record straight that I am not getting paid. Every time I walk out that gate, my pay stops. Whenever I badge in there, my pay starts again. So actually I lose money coming to this meeting to sit here and represent our town and helping the people. So that's all I got.
Well, thanks for coming. Anna, do you have anything?
I have 2 things. Did something specific happen on July 7th? That we spent $350 for Pump House and Chico's?
Those might be when they came in, but the pump house was July 4th when we were working, repairing the 2 water mains. I noticed that too.
Chico's is 100.
I assume, and Was Chico's the day before, Bob? I don't remember. The third?
We took all the employees out for our employee appreciation. Cause they were busting the backside on the seat. But I don't remember what days it was. I think Casey might have just accidentally put the wrong days on.
I know the 4th was
Is that-
pump house because I was there. That was the day we fixed the 2 water mains on the holiday day in 100-degree heat.
Thank you guys for doing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't at either one, so I can't answer that question.
And then the other thing I wanted to see, can we, since there was some form of an exception drafted for the Dad's Club for special event permits, can we see that as a board?
That's the only policy draft, that's my notes, that's not written in the official draft.
But if it was extended, then I'd like
I just asked if he wanted to look at it, and he never showed up until after the court date. I asked him if he wanted to come talk to me about it a week before that, he never did. But those are just my personal notes on stuff that we did try to work with.
but as a village representative, like I'm asking as a board member, can I see that?
The notes, my notes.
Well, if you have the drafted for a citizen, but if a citizen could
It's a FOIA question, which it isn't a FOIA question, it's another
question it. Well, I'm a board member, I'm asking.
Yeah,
I'm asking
absolutely.
for the
If I need
information.
something more than notes, then absolutely. But these are just be drafted notes of, hey, what about this, what about that?
I wouldn't have used up on 3 minutes, but I would have asked, you know, if you would want to reinstate that, and just call me.
Well, I'm working on something for you. I'm trying to,
If you know me on,
well, hold on, we're not even getting to that. It's not, okay. We'll talk later.
if I'm talking to draft on that, and ask me if you want me to, or if I want you to remember. One, if I wanted to mail it to me, and since you same to your village clerk, I was finally here at my convenience, it was on July the 2nd. And, or it was on July the 3rd, day after the last board meeting.
Hey, Tara, we citizen comments?
We'll talk about this after the meeting. Let's get the meeting concluded.
Reinstate that, you know.
Okay,
It's original format for me, that'd be great.
well, we're gonna move on past that and we can bring it up after.
Do I actually need to FOIA?
Please, the FOIA notes on, you know, rules, I think notes on. FOIA. It's a draft document. There's no ordinance, it's just my notes on a piece of paper.
Okay.
But when it's ready for the board, then we'll give it to the board to look at and see if it's something you want to do.
Then, yeah, I'm still, that was it, Anna, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As far as events go for recreation, I don't think we have anything for August, but in September, the 13th is the village-wide yard sale. And I believe on the 27th, we're going to try to have a vendor event here in the senior center. I don't have all the details worked out about it, but be watching for information forward on that. And then October, we have set the date for the parade, the Halloween parade for the 21st. So we, with school starting back up, we need to get on the calendar for the band and the group to be able to be in our parade and reach out to different companies to see who all is going to participate in that.
Whenever school sets the homecoming parade.
Okay. And you'll let us know that you'll, I'm sure, have that information. And I believe that is all we have scheduled. Terry, do you have anything?
I want to ask Ms. Broadfoot and Mike, I guess, if you're aware of this temporary food event information sheet required by Madison County when you have an event with food vendors.
I'm not aware of it.
It is a requirement by Madison County, and you can have this copy. If you have food vendors at your event, you have to fill this out. You have to list the name of the food vendor, their email address, and their phone number. And this has to be turned in 15 days before your event. And you guys were not in compliance with that, and I don't believe you were in compliance with it last year either. I believe Anna was asked, and she said that they are licensed, but I find it very odd that they are not aware of this also.
I mean, every place they go, whether it be for a day or I think there's different rules for a day event or.
No, as long as it's under 14 days. This is the event, this is the form.
You can find it on Madison County website, it's on the Public Health Department, shows the event form for anybody that's hosting an event.
They're probably not asking you. They probably assume that you have done it. I can only guess. I don't know.
There's a Madison County that's talking with somebody or vendor, I guess it does.
But it's the event organizer's responsibility to decide.
The food trucks and the event organizers have applicants and then food trucks, like Timo's.
The event.
They have their own license.
Yeah, they said that they have theirs for.
Not for the event permit, not.
And I.
Madison County wants to know who is going to be, what food vendors are going to be at your event.
I can understand.
Yeah. And
Knowledge of who's gonna be there. It's not something because my home that you said, you don't have to have a special event as like our understanding, you have food trucks. What they told me that is a way to follow on a regular basis is they're gonna be like kind of a special license when you have it every year. Not long now. Well, that's what they told me about.
it's spelled out. Any event lasting less than 14 days. Yeah. And that's another reason for a special event permit. You know, the village will police those things. We'll check on it. You know, we'll make sure everything's in line. If I could, I'd like to ask Ms. Brockman if she possesses a bachelor's degree from SIU Carbondale.
This meeting.
This is not people trouble.
Except for I don't get to check out almost makes you run. Thanks, Terry.
No, answer.
I appreciate it. Fun.
I think a trustee contacted the village business, right? You can refuse to answer if that's what you want to do. All right. There's a lot of people out there that was bad at you saying that you did. You had the opportunity to set them straight. You never did either way. I think lying on a government employment application is a serious offense. No answer. Nope.
What, like a motion reading?
No. Okay. Then, motion to adjourn.
Before we have anyone else to say something, then my guys is such what the administrator or. Before we back on and say something about the my office, figuring out about the one, I didn't think this was part of it. That doesn't do anything. Okay, folks, face it. Let me start garbage very, those are we officers, so there's 600 birthday cases. It's not that one's birthday cases. That's investigated over this data and it's on child pornography case. This is not just small, it's we'll go on investigation, then he's not going to say. This also is how long it's been in days here, because it's not investigation, it's advice that we're all of those volunteers now, we store. Or offers us to allow out anything about our space.
God's gonna say they can load, it's not in evidence. No one gets me to make things what to do complain on Facebook and so to be. And just to kind of, everybody has their own opinion on the Dash Club. I obviously, and I've had many talks with Terry, trying to find a middle ground, a good solution for everybody. And Anna, if I find those notes, if you just want to look at them, they're not in draft form, but I'll be glad to let you look at them, okay? They go for the board too. But I didn't want to send something out to you and then you post it on Facebook and then everybody goes, oh, this is a new ordinance. That's not what it is. These are just notes going, hey, what about this? What about we try it this way? What do we do this? So, some different clarification, Mike. I respect you and I've got no offense to you, but everybody keeps complaining about the village ordinance overreach, the village ordinance is unconstitutional. You know, and I don't expect a response, but I'm sure there's the Dash Club going after the state fire marshal for the state mandates and permits that are required for a fireworks event. Is that unconstitutional? Or are they going after county for the county ordinances that were violated for the food trucks? Was that unconstitutional? Or is it just because it's South Roxana doing what's right for the public? You know, that's, and then I think your post said there were threats made to the vendors. I would love to know what vendor was threatened. I sure didn't know, but that's what you posted on the Dash Club Facebook page.
I'm not doing that. Oh, we did ask the question. I did not talk about it.
Oh, Mr. Coles, who then used the opportunity to public attack Mr. Davis. I didn't know I attacked him. When did I attack him? That's what your exact quote is on Facebook. And Mr. Coles then used the opportunity to publicly attack Mike Davis. When did I attack him? I don't ever remember that, sir. Actually, I think I've tried to work a middle ground with you and the village board and try to figure out something that can work for everybody.
Yeah, I don't recall the time when the particular instance when I was public attacked by you. I could almost go as far as to say that you know, my name has been kind of drugged through his mud over this, you know.
Does Mr.
Not,
Coles?
maybe not by here.
No. No. And I think we need to come to that peaceful resolution and find something that works for your organization.
Well, obviously, I mean, I can't.
Well, and I can't make it either. It has to go out on my board. But I don't want to present something to the board if you're like, well, I don't think this applies, because then what's the purpose of passing or amending the ordinances?
Back to where for Richie was talking about through the fire marshal. Then permits were able to be obtained on their own. They would have been that everything got on the lid of this. And into the special event.
This is a big thing. Still the extent.
What I'd like to say about that is
The state law requires it.
we had fireworks last year and the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that. But last year, we had them for 4 years. This would have been the 5th year. Last year, when the fireworks were given, our the fireworks guy came here. He acquires everything. He never, this village gave him nothing last year. So it was,
Village co-sponsored. We had a special meeting to do that because you guys did.
I agree, but that doesn't mean you get to just, like, if there's a permit that's needed outside of this village, we would have had to obtain it.
Specifically talking, I speak when talking, and I'm talking fire marshal. The statute is very clear. Any fireworks vendor, the pyrotechnic is required to be authorized by the government board of whatever county he's in. No, dispute you.
I understand what you're saying, but if this is a state issue, state trumps our village, so it would be required regardless.
Yes, I'm saying, so.
He obtains everything and comes.
So the village be complicit with you and the dash for violating state law and say, hey, don't worry about it, it's a state violation, let's do it. I don't understand that.
I'm not saying he brings a full package to the program. He shoots fireworks he shoots fireworks all across the state.
Every place he goes and gets a permit.
He thought that there was a permit. He was shocked when he found out there wasn't.
The permit that he was questioning was the special event permit. That's what he specifically stated. When I spoke with him numerous times.
He knows you didn't have a fireworks permit. He knows you didn't have a fireworks permit.
There's not a fireworks permit for this town. It's the state.
law.
That's
We
my
must
point.
permit you to have a fireworks event.
That's exactly.
That's
my
a state
point.
law.
And that's the
You
thing.
have to seek that from us and we must give it to you, whatever form that is. We have to permit you to have fireworks.
An emotion or whatever. That's a state time. And then the county, we talked about this the last 2 years, all 3 years, the food vendors, there wasn't an event permit submitted to Madison County Health Department, which is required. And to me, we're not trying to, I've heard, you can get 1,000 events going on every year to that club. hats off to you. I'm glad to see you come to our town. I'm all about it. Whatever we can do to work that out, let's do it. But people should be known that they go to an event in our town. There's insurance for second to the injury. The food vendors are permitted and everything else is covered. And how we work those frames between you and your board, that club and this governing board. All I am is trying to make a compromise between both sides, so you don't feel we're over interfering with you and the board feels we're protecting the village best interest of the citizens. And if we can come to that compromise, we're fantastic.
I'd say you want to put all me on. My vision of staying under. Whatever, I'd say, I want you out on you call me and tell me to address this. Then that's what the insert into the ordinance, and now you're saying never really drafted anything.
No, I draft notes. I'm not, I didn't draft it with our attorney.
But in my opinion,
Notes saying, hey, what about this? What about that?
Okay, so it was saying it was a proposed call or.
It was just something you reviewed over that time. I'm glad.
You wasn't just that wasn't it, that just automatically went into the order, you asked me to look it over.
but in my opinion, it shouldn't, like, I understand you're trying to get information from Mike regarding the notes or whatever it is. But if it's actual village business and you draft something, it should come to this governing board. We should be asking those questions. And then
When it's prepared. Yeah, when it's not in the draft.
correct, when you prepare it, it should come to us. It
It's
should,
not the final position to be drafted. That's when you catch it.
We don't discuss with lawyers as they're drafting ordinances.
as a
Right?
board, no, but
No,
we,
we
but they come
vote
to
on
the
it.
table. So
When it comes to the board, then we vote. on the
public
ordinance.
them
Yeah,
before the
but
public.
we don't discuss with the lawyer.
That's we're on the same page. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is it should have never went to Mike Davis and the Dad's Club before it came to this this governing board.
Nothing.
But it was asked to be picked up.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
you know, you did.
But that's
It's
my
no more than a
point.
conversation. I mean, it's not a legal document. It's no more than a conversation saying, Mike, can we?
Pick up, it's just a list of notes.
So you have that. Okay, great. Then I'd like to see that.
He told you, you could see it.
He said if he could find it. No, I don't need to point it. Bob told me I could view it.
Want to know.
I'll look at it.
Is it there? Oh, there's something other than notes is what you're saying. You had something in your possession. Like that.
I mean, you should take it right. You ever seen snow?
I've never been able to speak at all. Every time I speak, you fill my mouth with words.
Those were your words, Casey. You said
Notes. I have a piece of paper that has a note.
okay.
That's all I have.
But what I'm saying is Bob said he would have to find them.
No, ma'am, I do not have anything else but a list of notes.
Okay, you don't get to speak as the clerk.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, I can talk. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
I would say so. Becky, she's trying to say it's not an attack, and she's trying.
No, I asked, is that? Yeah.
I don't know, is it an attack on last door? On my gate?
Mike, how were you shut down at the last board meeting? Yeah. Your statement here, he says you were shut down by the mayor and Mr. Coles
We shouldn't be asking these questions.
during your 3 minutes. And you understand that 3 minutes is not, okay, and you voluntarily quit your 3 minutes. Okay. But what the public sees is that you were shut down by the mayor and Mr. Coles, that's what they see in your statement. And that's not what happened.
No, that's right.
Nothing like that happened.
That's like, well, other stuff on social media.
But you're, okay. All right, we're gonna stop it. We're gonna shut it down now. We're done with this topic.
You know, I got.
Maggie, because I didn't bring everything back to you, but I will now. Because Friday at Maggie's son's church, where he's a minister, they're having a free music event. They will have, that starts at 6. They do have a meal prepared before at 5, if anybody is interested. It would be $5 a plate. This is for their benevolent program to help the homeless and the children in our community. So any donations, and that would be welcome. Maggie, I forgot the name of the church, but it is on the corner of Jennings and First Street in Woodard. Faith Family. Okay, so if anybody would be interested in participating in that Friday night, you're more than welcome to attend. Okay, I need a motion to adjourn in a second.
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Roll call. Worgley,
I said, yay. I seconded.
you
Right?
seconded?
Yeah.
At 7:35. Okay.